Hello, welcome to my channel. How are you? This is my first time to go live. See you again for a bit. Yeah, just a minute. Hello ulit. Ano yan? Hi.
Ay, nag-pause na. Sabi,
Hi, sorry. Hello po. Kagigising lang, sorry. Eto po, kanina, earlier it was snowing. It's very cold. This is my neighborhood. Yes, and today is 12:30. Oh, super lamig. Dito ko sa loob nagmumukmok. Okay. Teka na, ang gulo ng camera. This is my first time to do live here. Ano na naman yun? Pagpasensyahan nyo lang. Sobrang ng aking camera. Hilo na yung tagapanood. I'm trying to fix it in a way I can. Okay, I think I have an idea now. Sabi naman ako, idea. Ang liit ko kasi. There. Much better. Walang suklay si Manina ay kagigising lang malamig sa labas. Can I have the phone, baby? I need to take a photo. Did you take off the phone from charging? Okay. Okay. Excuse me ulit. Wala pa namang nanonood. Hello, pasensya na, nagmo-multitasking. Kumusta naman po kayo diyan? Dali lang po ha, may tinatapos lang ako na work. I'm just finishing a work. Okay. So, sorry po kung hindi ako nakapag-introduce ng sarili ko. My name is Maribel, and you can call me Bella or Belle. Most of my common friends call me Belle. And I'm here now in Ireland for like more than 10 years now, nearly 11 years. I came here since 2011 March. So guys, the reason why I'm so busy is because I was opening a present from our cousin from Jennings in England. He's the godfather of my daughter, my 3 years old daughter, and uh, because of the pandemic, it's so sad to say this, but because of pandemic, he wasn't able to fly here to Ireland and spend Christmas with the family. So what he did is he was devastated actually, and so I was so happy this morning because he never fails to forget to remember. He never failed to remember my kids. So this morning got a post from England, and um, each of my kids have envelope with can you give me the selection boxes, please? Thank you. And hubalik dito. Good boy. Hubalik dito. That's that way. Good boy. And he gave a selection boxes with an envelope that has £20 each for my kids. For because I have 4 kids, So he put 20 pounds. Isn't he generous? Thank you, Steve. And then, and then he sent a really, really nice quote, a really, really nice quote for my daughter and the selection boxes. Every year, he used to come over every Christmas, if it's not Christmas. Well, last Christmas he was here, and oh, he visited actually 2 years ago. He was here, he had dinner with us, and another year with that he was here as well. So I am very, very grateful, Steve. So he never forget. He's he really appreciates that he's the godfather. And he's doing his. He really does his responsibility, and he never forgets my daughter. So thank you so much, Steve. This means a lot. Okay. So it's a good day today. Yeah, kids is happy, very happy because since Christmas they never have sweets again. So, Merry Christmas, Steve, and Happy New Year. This is really appreciated. But hi. Nothing. So yeah. So I'm here now for 4 years, and I know 10 years, and I have 4 kids. And at the moment, I'm not working. I used to work as care assistant in with people with disability, people with disability for like 33 years, and I stopped after I got pregnant. And so whenever I want to go back to the place to work, I'm still available to they're still taking me. And it's basically I'm working from the government, HC. So I don't know yet if I'm going back because like last year, son, my third son, he's 8 years old, was diagnosed for diabetes type 1. So I am looking after him 24/7. So I won't be able to work now, but hopefully now when things get better, probably. But at the moment, it's a handful. At first, I took it very hard, and him as well. But we're okay now. He's very good because you see, where he got it from his dad. His dad had type 1 diabetes, so he was able to see how he managed his diabetes, and it's not hard for us for him to understand that his illness is manageable. So um, he was diagnosed because his father actually seen the sign early, and he wasn't sick at all. It's just that he just seen him abruptly lose weight, and um, he was abruptly losing weight, and we noticed that he was so thirsty all the time. So that morning he said, I'm not happy about this. Let's check him. So we checked his sugar in the morning, and we were surprised because the normal level of sugar is around 8 to 5, but his sugar was 22. So I said, oh my God, he likes his tea with sweet tea. So I said maybe it's because he just have tea with so much sugar, and sometimes without me knowing it, he put 2 or 3 sugars, 3 teaspoons of sugar, teaspoon. So I said let's check him again when he gets home from school. So no, yeah. So actually, when he gets from school, his dad checked him again, and he's 17. It's not normal. It's not a normal sugar at all because he had his lunch at 12 o'clock, and then when he comes home, he's supposed to be around 5, 6 normally, 6, 5, 4, or no, not 4. 4 is like high flow going down. So he's supposed to have 5, at least 5 to 9 or 5 to 7 sugar if it's normal, but he was 17. So I said to his dad, he said, we better bring him to the doctor. And then he said, okay, we'll go tomorrow because it's already like nearly 4, something like that. So I said, you know what, we can't wait for tomorrow. I said, just go in there. The reason why he said that because he knows that the doctor is not in. Sometimes it's just half day. So anyway, he went there. There was a secretary and said, look, Patrick, you know yourself because he has this illness for since he was 13. They said, look, Patrick, you know yourself. If you want, you can go straight to the E&E and check him in because you know yourself. You can tell. So there they go. They called me and they said they're on the way to the hospital. And I was, by the time he was calling me, I was already feeling, I know to myself that this is the fear that we always had, especially his dad, because he has type 1 and it's a genetic. So he was kind of it, even when we have the first baby, that's the worries he have in his mind. So the time when he called me, I have that kind of, I said to myself, okay, I have to be strong. I have to, this is the reality of it. I said, I talked to myself already. I had set my mind that whatever it is, I have to be strong for them because I know even though he had fear about it, that he would, I know it's not gonna be easy for him. So when he called me and he said you're going to um monitor him overnight and see. So I said, okay, that's fine. So after around 8 o'clock, he called me and said that, he have to go home and I have to be there for him. So he confirmed that it could be, well, not confirmed totally, but he said he is in that situation. So I went in there and in the hospital and stay with him overnight, and around they gave him something to eat before going to bed, and he said you're gonna monitor his sugar overnight. So his sugar was around 18 after like after before eating. I'm not so sure actually what his sugar before eating, but it's in high side anyway. So after 2 hours, they checked him again, and his sugar is still 18. So that's the time when they officially said, okay, we have to talk to the doctor and we'll come back to you. And then when they come back, the nurse come back, they confirmed it to me that, yeah, he is going to have insulin. That from now on, he will be having insulin. So in the following morning, I was talking to the doctor, and that's what he said to me. I was emotional, and I have to go out because they were talking, the team was talking to me, to my son. So I have to go out because I was really emotional. I cried outside. Hello? Yes, sorry, the camera is posting. So i- at the end, he told me that JJ is, Joseph is, he has diabetes, he is type 1 like his dad, that at the moment, his body, well, they were going to, actually, they just confirmed to me the time before that, they just confirmed to me that, yeah, so he has diabetes, not like his dad. And they said we have to stay at least few days to keep his sugar stable and to basically train us, me and him, to manage his sugar. So by the time he was using two insulin, one is he has to have a slow acting insulin which is called Livermer, that he has to take one in the morning and one in the you have to take in the morning and the evening, it depends, but that by the time they set him to 2 Livimer, 2 units of insulin in the morning and 2 units in the evening, because he was in the high side, you see, of the sugar level. And he will have to take a fast acting insulin every meal. So sometimes before meal, and so it depends if he's low, or it depends on what he eats as well, but normally it's before he eats. So we were told to stay for a while in the hospital until they are sure, or until I'm confident that I can manage his sugar without their um, guidance and without their what you call it, without them monitoring it. That I can do it myself alone with my son. So after 5 days, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 5 days, I said to them, yeah, I think I can manage, because you see, I have, even though his father has diabetes, still, they were right before I didn't understand it that much, but they were right that, Joseph, my 8 years old, have a different type of body, so it can vary. He have a different situation, so I cannot rely on my knowledge of his dad's illness. So after 5 days, I realized that they were, that they're right. I have to be there first. So we went home. I was confident enough to manage the sugar, but again, when the whole team talked to me about JJ. Eventually, they said by the record, by what it's showing, that at the moment Joseph's pancreas is still shooting insulin, but it's just like sometimes it becomes lazy. It's like it's giving insulin, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I'm tired today. I'm not going to give you insulin. Something like that. So sometimes they have the high and sometimes very low. So it will be, if it will be like this for now, and eventually it will stop producing insulin. So when that word hits me, I get emotional again. And even now, there were times when he asked me some question. I know at the moment it's not, he's in that stage now, and he said he understand that his illness 60%, he said. But for the first 2 to 3 months, he was asking me, Mom, am I gonna die? And sometimes he asked me, why it's me? Or so many questions, and I have to be strong in front of him. I cried at night. But I let him understand that, look, you are lucky, even though this is your illness, you are lucky that your illness is manageable, because what is missing in your body is can be replaced. So we have insulin, and we are very lucky that the government have full support in this kind of illness. We have what we call long-term illness scheme here in Ireland. The rich or poor, or whatever the status you have, whatever kind of status you have, whatever financially status you have, if you have if your illness is covered in this long-term illness scheme, everything is free, from doctor, hospital, to medication, and there's so many more support that they provided for anyone that has this illness. For the likes of me, that I have to watch him 24/7, aside when he was in school, when he's in school. Um, yeah, they even just sent me the form to fill up. I'm his carer, because I cannot work anymore. And in school, they are willing to provide SNA is like a carer in school. So the school is very good as well, where he is. They actually share they have already an existing SNA there. So like a carer for someone that has special needs. And I'm really, really grateful. If you come across with this video, I am sending my gratitude. I am very grateful for all the help, and for all the help and care and time that my son's carer and teachers are giving to him. I actually have to see them after I get home, before JJ go back to school. They requested to see me, and all the faculty was there, and I was speaking to them and showing them what is necessary to be done, and all the gears that JJ has, I have to tell them. And they have so many questions, because it's their first time to have a student with this kind of illness. So it's actually new to them, and there is the scare as well in their part, because once JJ got hypo or something, at first it was like, when I explained to them the situation, that's when they have this kind of fear. And one of the teacher knows someone that has diabetes, so thanks God for that. Um, so I was just very, very thankful for them, for giving time and really, really care for their student, you know. It's it's an amazing support that we get from the school, from the government, and from everyone who knows. So it was easy for him then to manage his sugar because of people around him. And it was just, like before when I didn't have, when before he has diabetes, there is this kind of wrong perception about diabetes. I knew already that diabetes is more on like too much sugar, but for us it's like, oh, you should not eat sugar, you should not eat sugary drink, you should not eat this, you should not eat this. The thing is, sugary food is become their medicine, because for the likes of JJ, once he go high food glycemia, like very very low, you need to have carbohydrates, sugar, to bring up his sugar. But the easiest thing for him to understand it is the easiest thing that I explained to him and the nurse and the dietitian. So, by the way, they cover dietitian, um, medicine, and then there is this kind of community. So there's so many support. So anyway, the best explanation that they gave to me, that they told me to tell JJ, and they told JJ as well, is that you can eat anything you want as long as we know what you're eating. You put it in the table. I have to count the carbs. So the carbs, anyway, this is very important. Carbs counting. Now, whoever watched this, and if you want to know more about diabetes, I can I can share my knowledge, but it really works for JJ. So what he have to eat whatever he eats in mealtime, but he cannot like pick. Like let's say if he have already eaten and then he wants to eat something again, he can't as long as there's the carbs in the food. So first, he makes sure that within the time frame of his meals, he have to eat what he wants to eat. So he have to, let's say, I have prepared the meal, and then he will say, okay, mom, this is what I want to eat. This is the portion I want to eat. Okay, I will give the portion. Is this enough? So, and then I said to him, okay, do you want to eat anything else? So he can have crisp apple, anything that he wants to go with his meals that he feels like he wants to eat. That it's like a treat for himself, a dessert or whatever, because I explained to him that once you have this, I will count your carbs, the carbs of whatever food you eat, and I'm going to give you the insulin. So once you're given insulin, you can't have another insulin for the next 3 hours. So that means you cannot have anything that has carbohydrates to eat unless it is more than 3 hours. So anything that you fancy to eat, put it on the table, tell me what it is, and to make sure that you are sure that you're going to eat it. Because if I put over on if I put too much insulin, then the Nova Rapids, this is the fast acting. Every meal is fast acting, meaning the moment he take the insulin, there should be some carbs there to break. So sometimes I estimated now that whatever he eats normally, he takes 4 units of Nova Rapids. It depends on the body. So in his case, as the doctor told me, giving the fast acting insulin doesn't have to be always for Nova Rapid. Always, always, always 4 units. It depends on what he can eat. It depends on the weight of the carbohydrate. So at the back of your some cereal, anything that you eat, there is this kind of marking there how many carbohydrates per let's say for cereal, how many carbohydrates per bowl is contained in that. So you can estimate, let's say 15 grams is equivalent to 1 unit of insulin. So it's kind of, I know I'm me up in a way, but whoever understands me, um, this is how it goes. So he understands basically that if he wants to eat something, he needs to wait at least 3 hours because by that time he can have insulin and he can have his full meal again. So, or sometimes he have to wait if his sugar is high. He have to wait for another a little bit longer, consume his energy, and then he can eat. So there in his mind, it's not he is not set in his mind. There's no set there that he cannot eat anything. He can eat anything as long as he have to learn how to wait until he gets his insulin. So it gets easier as we go along. He will be the one to say, "Okay, mom, this is what I want to have." So before I give him the meal, he already take all the um, snacks or sweets or um, what you call this certain ones. So there's no restriction as long as he wants to have. So every time someone send a card or a present to my kid for the likes of this, I put them in the Christmas tree and keep them. So that's why I said, Merry Christmas, Isabella from Steve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a date in this. So the following Christmas, I know when he sent this. And then there is this charity as well that I am a hospital, and sometimes they send every time a card or something like this. So I put it on the Christmas tree as well. It reminds me. Sometimes you have to do goodwill. So So here we go. That's the story of my friend. So he's okay now. He's able to manage well and everything. And I'm the same. At first, the last few months, nighttime, really have I really find it hard to sleep because there is this worries in my mind because we have some episode in the night that it just got so low, two levels of sugar, two and sometimes three, two, four. So it consciously I am. It's like my mind is always awake. So yeah, he's. But at the moment, I'm getting there. It's just I just have to make sure that before he's going to bed, that yes, he had to check his sugar. Oh, I forgot to mention at his age, he's 8 years old. He's below 16, I think. No, no, no. I'm not sure what is the age cover, but with his age, he got this scanner. It's like a patch in his arm. He put in his arm, and then he can read his sugar. He just had to scan it. It's a Libre scanner. If any one of you is interested about about diabetes, I will post some video. I actually have one video already. You can check on my channel. But if any one of you wants to um, know anything more, leave a comment and message, and please don't forget to subscribe. So anyway, if any one of you wants to know more um, what's the word? About diabetes, I will try to create a video about it. And yeah, I can do a full episode about diabetes. So I can show you about what I'm telling you about. We have this device that you can scan his sugar. You can see um what what his sugar level is straight away. There's no pricking involved. It's just a one type. There's a needle that attached to the patch when he put it in, but then you will take it out as well. So it's less just like a little fiber that left into his an arm and his arm, and that's the one that used to read his sugar. So it's just like a patch that's go that it covers 14 days. It can stay 14 days in there, and he can scan his sugar every every anytime he wants. Anytime he wants, he can check his sugar. But there's two patches that can have for free. That's covered by the government every month. So that alone, that is the reason why it makes me more relaxed now because of that itself. And even him, he's because one time sometimes the patch is not steady. You put it in and then it fall off. So he had to check his sugar manually, pricking his finger for like more than 15 days because there's just two patches for a month. And then he really know the difference, and he really appreciate to have that scanner with him. So but for someone who is not covered for that, maybe if they're older adult, because children is free to have it. When I ask about the price, it's around 60 euro, 50 to 60 euro, that range per patch that covers you to scan your sugar for 15 days, 14 days. So it's a big thing. €100 a month is a big thing. Plus, you don't have to prick your sugar every day, every time. Imagine every time you want to know your sugar, you have to prick it too. I think that's the reason why so many people find it hard to manage their sugar because of that way. So, of any of you who is watching and that you have this illness, if you want to make your life easier, um, maybe you can cut off something from and you can have easier life for 30 no 28 days because it's 14 days, right? So 100, let's say if it's 60, I'm not so sure if it's €60 or €50, but like €60, €120 a month. So it will make your life easier. You don't have to like any, you can actually attach it to your phone. You can scan it to your phone. You can scan your sugar with your phone. You can see to your phone what level of sugar you are. So yeah. Sorry about the people who don't have to, but it's very, very important. Um, important details if you have diabetes. And I have one teacher. I know a neighbor. I have one cousin who died in diabetes. Well, not a direct cousin, but he's the husband of my cousin. So from my family side alone, I already know people who suffer and die from diabetes. It's just the type 2 diabetes, I think. No, the other one, the other one is type 1. So they really find it hard to manage the diabetes. So that's the story of my son who have diabetes. One of my kids anyway who have illness. So speaking which, um, yeah, I was just introducing myself and then we go to diabetes. So anyway, I'm from Masbate and um, I finished my high school and elementary in Puro. So um, I got to live in Masbate City for at least 3 years, and then I first I went to London for 3 months, and then after that I came here, and I'm here now for 10 years, more than 10 years. Um, Goal, would love to see Europe, love to go to Europe, and I mean travel. Um, my hobby, I like to travel. I like to watch concert. I like to go night clubbing sometimes with my Irish friends, and I like to eat out. And then sometimes, most of the time, with my kids, is takeaway. And shopping. I like shopping. Wala lang pambili. I like shopping, and I like, what else I like? I like so many things. But motivation wise, I'd like to motivate myself this new year. I want to start doing yoga. It's very popular here in the Midlands where I am. I'm in County Offaly. So yoga is very popular at the moment. I was before New Year, like 2020, I started walking, and then it's very hard to motivate yourself if it's very cold. I'm here now for 10 years, but still I'm not coping with the cold. Some people are just really, they're so good walking. You see, it's more on mindset. When I was walking, I was okay, right? I was doing it, no problem. Then when you get to that point where, oh, it's so cold, you're telling yourself, I can't go out. So then you can't go out. I have to talk to myself sometimes. You can't go out. That's the thing. You can't really go out because you said it to yourself that it's cold. You cannot go out. So this 2021, which everyone is, doing, uh, resolution, instead of walking, I'm hoping to get into yoga. We have a very good friend around here, and she's brilliant. She's our physiotherapy as well, and she's doing this yoga for beginners. She's the physiotherapist of some GAA sports clubs. So I would like to get into that. She's been trying to tell me last year, and I did once when I was pregnant. There's a yoga per pregnant woman as well. So I was okay. I don't know why I didn't go back. See, my mindset is not into that. I was thinking I have 4 kids. I go around the house. I did my exercise already, but sometimes if you're the boss in your own place, you got to be sometimes lazy, sit down, watch TV. So, well, it's a reward for myself. Hmm, thank you. Oh, what happened? So, sorry. Hello. Nagwo-work po. Pasensya na. What is this? Are still on your wall. Roads are still open. Run. Sorry. My son is boxing. He's doing it before lockdown. He was doing it at least 3 times a week. A week. So I'm eating chocolate. I have to indulge myself with one of the selection boxes. No. Sandali lang ha. I'm just gonna do something. Multitasking. Mommy po ako ng 4. So, I'll be back again. Have patient on me. Thanks. Hello po. Hello sa 1 million viewer ko. 1 million talaga. Kumusta? How are you? First time ko mag on sa ganito. So, ano ka ba malalaman kung sorry. I'll just have to check again kung sino yung nag-message. Hindi ko makita yung messages. Wala ako. Hi. Watch. Hello po sa one viewer ko. Salamat naman sa pagbisita sa bahay ko. Ah, leave a message po kung gusto nyo. Kung gusto nyo talaga. Talang, paano ko ba malalaman to watch me now? Ako yun eh. Okay. Welcome po sa bahay ko. Maraming maraming salamat po sa pagbisita. Um, welcome po kayo magbisita sa bahay ko. Patamsak na din. Ay, kaya pala. Kasi hindi ko makita yung mga messages ko. Ay, ayan na, mayroon na pala. Ayan. Paiwan na lang po ng message para alam ko kung sino yung nanonood sa akin at may shoutout ko po. Welcome po kayo dyan. Ang lamig dito ngayon. As in malamig, nag-snow kagabi. Tapos, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin natutunaw yung kunti lang naman, pero napakalamig. 2 beses na akong nag-on ng heater. Ano yung isa? Ay, nakita ko na yung messages ko. Balik na ako dun sa isa. Sandali. Shout out na lang po sa isang viewer ko na pumasok. Sino po sila para maka-hello naman ako sa'yo. Ba't hindi ko maibalik yan? Pasensya na po, nag-multitasking. Tapos, ayan. Right. Ayan, okay. Um, maraming maraming salamat sa pagbisita sa aking bahay. At dalawa na po ang aking viewer. Hello, kung sino man po yung nag-review sa akin. Kumusta po? How are you? Taga saan po sila? I'm here in Ireland, living in the Midlands, kaya sobrang lamig. Kaya naman po. Malamig and coffee. Cheers. In super. Wawa naman yung phone ko. Yung phone ko. Ay, no, 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 no. I don't want to end it. Be careful. Buhay pa ba ako? I'm still alive. Namang malamig eh. Ito lang. Hazard. Watch out for hazard. Especially coffee. Oh, yes.